Soft, ambient piano music begins. Accompanied by the gentle sound of wind and falling leaves, the streets are quiet this autumn afternoon. A gentle wind whispers through the trees, carrying with it a flurry of golden leaves that dance their way to the ground. It's a scene of serene solitude, a world painted in the muted, warm colors of the season. Inside a small antique shop, tucked away on a forgotten corner, time seems to stand still. Sunlight, soft and fading, filters through the dusty windows, illuminating particles of dust floating in the air like tiny stars. The shop is a treasure trove of memories, filled with wooden shelves laden with objects from another era, each with a story to tell. Here we find Mr. Liam. His face is a roadmap of a life fully lived, etched with lines of wisdom and kindness. His silver hair catches the light as he gently polishes an old brass pendulum clock. His movements are slow, deliberate, each wipe of the cloth a gesture of reverence. This clock is more than just an object to him. It's a keeper of moments, a silent witness to a life of joy and regret. As his hand moves across the cool metal, a memory flickers to life. He sees himself younger, a man consumed by ambition. He's a businessman, returning home late, his face etched with the day's stress. At the dinner table, his wife Anna waits. Her smile is warm, but her eyes hold a hint of sadness. The meal she prepared sits on the table, now cold and untouched. He barely looks at her, his mind still at the office, lost in a world of deadlines and meetings. He was always chasing tomorrow, never realizing he was losing today. The memory shifts, fast-forwarding through years of missed moments and unspoken words. The scene changes to a somber gathering. It's Anna's funeral. The world is gray, muted, just like the silence that now fills his home. It's the old clock, the one he's polishing now, stands still. Its pendulum is motionless, its ticking silenced. It had stopped the day she left, as if time itself had paused in grief. The sound of rain begins to fall, tapping gently against the window pane back in the present. The gentle autumn sun has given way to a steady rain. The world outside is a blur of gray and wet asphalt. The bell above the shop door chimes softly, announcing a visitor. A young man, Ethan, steps inside, shaking the rain from his coat. He looks lost, his shoulders slumped, his eyes carrying a heavy weight. He wanders through the aisles, his gaze unfocused, until he spots Mr. Liam with the clock. He approaches hesitantly. "Excuse me," he says, his voice barely a whisper. "Is there a way? Can I forget time?" Mr. Liam looks up, his eyes meeting Ethan's. He sees a reflection of his own past pain in the young man's face. He doesn't offer an easy answer or a hollow platitude. Instead, he gestures towards the silent clock. "No one can forget time," he says, his voice soft and raspy like old paper, "but you can learn to listen to it." Slower. He carefully hands the heavy clock to Ethan. It's a transaction not of commerce, but of shared understanding. Ethan takes it, the cold brass a stark contrast to the warmth of Mr. Liam's hands. He doesn't understand the old man's words, not yet, but he feels a strange sense of hope. Ethan brings the clock back to his small, quiet apartment. He sets it on his mantelpiece, a silent, ornate sentinel in the room. That night, as the city hums outside his window, he finds himself listening for something. He winds the key, and with a gentle click, the clock springs to life. The sound of a clock ticking begins, soft and rhythmic tick. Tock, tick, tock. At first, the sound is just a noise, a simple mechanical rhythm. But as the days turn into nights, Ethan continues to listen. He closes his eyes and lets the sound wash over him. He starts to realize what Mr. Liam meant. Each tick isn't just a second passing, it's a heartbeat, reminder of the present moment. A tiny, constant affirmation of life itself. Tick. The sound of his mother's voice on the phone. A call he almost didn't answer. Tick the warmth of a shared meal with his sister, the first in months. Tick the feeling of cool morning air on his face as he takes a walk, noticing the vibrant colors of the flowers in the park. Tock. The genuine smile that finds its way to his face, unforced and real. The clock doesn't erase his pain or his regrets. It doesn't make him forget. Instead, it grounds him. It anchors him to the now, teaching him to appreciate the small, precious moments he had been rushing past. The steady, patient rhythm of the pendulum becomes the rhythm of his own healing. He rediscovers a sense of peace he thought he had lost forever. The piano music swells slightly, becoming more hopeful. A year passes. The leaves are turning once again, painting the city in shades of amber and crimson. Ethan walks back to the antique shop, but this time he is not a lost soul seeking an escape. He stands taller, a quiet confidence in his eyes. He finds Mr. Liam in the same spot, surrounded by his treasures. The old man looks up, and a warm, knowing smile spreads across his face. He doesn't need to ask. He can see the change in Ethan. "Thank you," Ethan says, his voice clear and full of gratitude. "You didn't help me forget time, you helped me find it again." They sit together amongst the relics of the past, two strangers bound by a shared understanding of loss and redemption. They talk for hours, not as an old man and a young one, but as two souls who have walked a similar path. They speak of regret, of the moments we wish we could reclaim, and the grace we find in moving forward. Mr. Liam shares stories of Anna, of their life together, the beautiful and the broken parts, and in doing so, he keeps her memory alive. That night, long after Ethan is gone, Mr. Liam sits alone in his quiet shop. The moonlight spills through the window, casting long shadows across the floor. He pulls out a small wooden box. Inside is a bundle of letters, tied with a faded ribbon. He carefully opens one, the paper crinkled and soft with age. It's a letter he wrote to Anna years after she was gone, a confession of all the things he wished he had said. He reads it aloud, his voice a hoarse whisper in the silent room. He speaks of his regrets, the dinners he missed, the conversations they never had, the love he didn't express enough. "I was always running," he whispers, "and I ran right past the most important part of my life. I'm sorry, Anna. I'm so sorry." A single tear escapes his eye and falls, landing on the face of the old clock that now sits on his workbench. At that exact moment, a soft click echoes in the silence. The pendulum of his own clock, the one that stopped when Anna died, begins to swing. Tick, tock, tick. The sound is soft, gentle, like a whisper of forgiveness from the past. A weight lifts from Mr. Liam's shoulders. It is the sound of healing, of acceptance, of a love that transcends time itself. The piano music becomes serene and uplifting, blending with the sound of the ticking clock as dawn breaks. The first rays of sunrise pierce through the antique shop window, bathing the room in a warm golden light. The light catches the brass pendulum as it swings back and forth in its steady, peaceful rhythm. The camera slowly pulls back, leaving the clock ticking softly in the morning light, a timeless symbol of loss, love, and the profound beauty of every single moment. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that explores the quiet moments that make life meaningful. We'll see you again soon.